Hey, it's me, David Boles, here on Boles.tv. It's BOLES.television. Coming to you live and in person from the East Coast of these United States. Oh, now it's already hot. I tell you, we had the windows open last night. It was very cold. My blankets were actually stolen from me by an unknown person. Well, the person was known, but it will remain anonymous. My watch is making a lot of noise, and I have to leave it on. Usually I turn it into vibrating mode for the show, but we're going to be using it, and I'm afraid if I turn it off, I won't remember to turn it back on. And then I'll be even more embarrassed than I already am. So you close the windows because it's 50 degrees outside, where it has been 80 degrees, and now the whole apartment's hot, and the lights are on, and the computer over here is putting out, heat. I could turn on the air conditioning, but then that makes noise, so you just suffer quietly, or maybe not so quietly. And as I sit here looking at myself, I look a little green. Now, when I sat down originally to get this all figured out and looked at myself, I said, wow, that's green. And I don't know why it's green, because this color is correct. The amber lights, the green lights in the background are correct, the purple balloons are right. You can't really see. Oh, it's our string of, right here, our string of purple lights are dim. Have to fix that. And now that I'm, I guess, hot, my face does look ruddy. Uglier than usual. Looking at the hair looks okay. Now this right here looks very gray. It's not gray at all. It's actually the goop that I put in my hair to make it stay, because otherwise it'd be all over the place. But if you look older, you're more distinguished, right? That's what I keep telling myself every day. Get a little older. Oh, it's good to look like that when you're older. Now, another weird thing that Discord has added, they've added, funny things that they'll do to animate your avatar, and now when you're in a live stream like this, you can play noises. Now I'm going to turn this up so you can really hear the noise. The first one in Discord is a quack. You hear that? Very short. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Is let me see. I'm going to turn this up, see if I can hear it on TV. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Let me see. I'm going to turn this up, see if I can hear it on TV. I don't think we can hear it. Let me try the air horn. I'm going to turn this up, see if I can hear it on TV. I don't think we can hear it. Let me try the air horn. No, it's not working. So there's an air horn, there's a drum, there's a cricket. Maybe I need to talk, because otherwise the thing's not talking. So I should talk. There's the cricket. I don't know if you can hear that. Here's the air horn, and I have to keep talking or it's going to cut off. Here's the duck. Can you hear the duck? Duck, 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 duck. Clap, which I think is very funny. A horn. Yes, that's a horn. And a drum thing. So those are the new. It's called a soundboard. It's on Discord. If you're live in our chat area, you can go there and do it, but you're not going to hear anything, because I've been warned by people to be very careful who you let in that area, and then once they're in the area and you trust them, then turn on the microphones. And I guess, the microphones, the feed, the sound that you would normally hear, so this would sound perfect and delightful and hilarious. I haven't set it up, because people really don't go into our live video area to chat, although they could. And turn on their cameras, but they don't want to, which is completely fine. Now, what else is in the news? Oh gosh, so many interesting, weird, strange things are happening. And I'm not sure where it's coming from or why it's happening. You hear in the news, people shooting, people attacking, people hurting each other. It's very strange bitter affair. And then there's sort of the everyday, normal sort of what we'll call, I don't know, degenerates, people who are on the street hurting other people, causing other people pain, causing other people terror. That's what we're talking about. Now, before we go there, we'll check in with ourselves on a Kick, because Kick is our new, where is this? Our new Hey Now. A lot of streamers are moving from Twitch over to Kick, because Kick, I guess, has a lot of gambling money behind it, so they can steal all the top streamers from Twitch and go to Kick and try to make money. So I say, hey, Kick. We're live. Hello. And there we go. So maybe someone will say something. Now, unfortunately, when I typed that, it didn't show up in our live stream like we do like this, where I can pop something in chat and say hello, and it pops up like that. Because Kick is so new, it's still in beta, that Restream, our streaming service, hasn't integrated the Kick chat into our chat that you see displayed on the screen. So that's okay. So I'll say like, hey, hi, I can type it here. Hi, thanks for being here. That's not available yet on Kick. And it's also not available yet on, let's see, I'm looking at our list, LinkedIn. That's one way, still not really fixed. Trovo, I believe people can say hello on Trovo. Kick, no. Twitch, yes. YouTube, it appears to be yes. So that's kind of how this goes. So you have these people on the street who make it the business and purpose of their day to either try to get money from you or to try to just harass you because they want to harass you, which is sort of not a very nice thing to realize that people are like that. And before I get to my Newport Strangler example, there is a guy in this neighborhood that we've probably seen on the streets for 20 years. And everybody seems to know him. There's something not quite right about him because he will go up to children and random women and just start talking to them. He will yell at cars that are parked in the wrong place and there's nobody in the car. And he will direct the car where to go to get out of the way. He sort of sees himself as a police officer in the neighborhood. And that's okay, but when he, goes after women to chat with them, to walk with them, when in a restaurant he goes up to a family with children and starts a conversation out of the blue, starts a conversation with the parents, and then he ignores the parents and concentrates on talking to the children. It's weird. But he never seems to get arrested. He doesn't ever seem to do time. I know people complain about him, but he always is back on the street, as they say. And he happens to be kind of a fat white guy. And he used to be a young fat white guy. Now he's an older white fat guy like we all are, I guess. So this person is always around. And one day I was walking, and I always see him, talking to women. And I know that some, especially young women, are uncomfortable. They don't know how to get away from this guy. He's not touching them or yelling at them. He's just absolutely engaged with them as if he had known them for 100 years and getting caught up. And it can come off as very aggressive and super creepy. So many years ago, probably 10 years ago, there was a young woman sitting outside the PATH station, and I saw her sitting there. She was having her lunch or something. And that guy went up to her and started this conversation, and she's really uneasy. You can tell by her body language that she did not like this. So I kind of stopped and, checked my watch, my iPhone, just kind of kept an eye on them because sometimes he can be really aggressive. And this woman, you could tell, she was sitting and he was like so close to her that she couldn't stand up without bumping into him. So in many ways, she was trapped. So she was kind of, looking around, seeing who's there, waiting for a friend. She was not responding to him. She was not speaking to him. She didn't say anything. And he doesn't take a hint. With this guy, you have to say, leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. Get away from me right now. And you say that to him, he'll say, okay, and he leaves. But how many young, attractive, delightful women, maybe small in stature with a big fat guy, have the ability and the stamina to stand up and say to his face, leave me alone, get away from me right now. I don't want to talk to you. Because those are the code phrases, the police kind of say, you say those to this guy or other people, and they are sort of required to leave you alone. Because otherwise, they're just talking to you. If you talk to them back or you just sit there, you don't do anything, well, you're part of the conversation. So this woman, I could tell, was getting upset, a little scared, just by how her hands started shaking. And she was looking all around. So I thought, I don't want to go in there and, say, leave her alone, because that's weird. Because the leave it alone part needs to come from the person that he's harassing. Because if you say it indirectly, it doesn't have really any effect, because you just say, I'm not talking to you. So I thought, why don't I just go up to her and pretend that I'm the person she's waiting for? Now, will that work? I don't know. And will she play along? I don't know. But I thought, well, it's worth a chance. And at least it would, kind of break this barrier that he had by trapping her sort of against her chair. She was sitting on a big concrete slab, so there was really no escape. When if you bend your knees to stand up, he's there. So I thought, okay, at least I can give her room to leave, because I'll kind of, with my smooth move him slowly out of the way without touching him. So I thought, okay, I'll try. So I went over there, walked over there, and, like a scene from The Office, I said to this woman, hey, how are you? And she looked at me, scared, because who am I? Now they're ganging up on me. And so I kind of, made my way over, pushed this guy out of the way a little bit, and I offered her my hand, and I said, are you ready to go? And she smiled at me. She understood right away. And she picked up her soda and her hamburger, and she said, yes, I am. And she, lightly put her hand in mine. We didn't hold hands. She put her hand in mine. And I said, great, let's go. So we left together. We did not even acknowledge the big ugly guy. Not me, the other guy. The big ugly fat guy, the other guy, not me. The big ugly fat guy. And we just went on our way. And then we went around the corner by the drugstore and kept walking a little bit. And I asked her, I said, are you okay? And she said, yeah, that was weird. I said, yeah, he always is here. You just have to tell him, leave me alone. I don't want you to talk to me. Please go. And he will go, because he's been trained that those words, if he doesn't respect them, get him in trouble with the police. And she said, okay, thanks. And I said, are you okay now? Do you want me to hang around or walk you somewhere? And she said, no, I'm okay now. I'll just keep going. I said, okay. And she said, bye. And I said, bye. And we didn't We didn't exchange names or anything like that. It was just in, out, go. So that was a good thing. And that happened in Jersey City at the Path Station, which is 11 minutes on the train from New York City. Jersey City is closer to downtown Manhattan than Brooklyn, believe it or not. That's why they call Jersey City the sixth borough. We're going to get a lot of sound effects coming because everything's turned up today so we can all hear it. So that leads me to my next rant of the day. That was Mastodon. Okay, all our friends are posting. So that's the path guy, the big fat white guy. Now we come to a new guy that I'm calling the Newport Strangler. Okay? And this guy is being really annoying and has become sort of famous in many of these specific Jersey City groups. And it's really interesting that in these groups, there are segments of women. Sounded weird, right? Segmented women. Groups who happen to be women who say to each other, hey, look out for this guy at Newport Mall because he's harassing women and he has a brown bag that he carries around with him everywhere and he wants money from you in exchange for a piece of candy, right? You see these candy sellers a lot in the area. Oh, we're raising money for our high school team, and it's not. It's really kind of a big scam. And so this guy has been becoming more and more aggressive and more active, and the women in these groups are saying, look, he's becoming more aggressive and more active. Look out for him because he's everywhere. And some of the women say, now this is scaring me because I go to a Newport Mall all the time, and I don't know where he is or what he's doing. And then other women post links to previous conversations about this same freaking guy. And they say the police don't care. Port Authority police don't care. Jersey City cops don't care. Newport Mall security does not care. That he's out there chasing you, blocking you from entering the mall, demanding money from you, pretending to sell you candy. And these women say, I want him to leave me alone. I just want to go in the mall and be left alone. But he preys on women who are usually young and alone. So hearing about this guy, and nobody could get a picture of him because, you know, if you hold up a camera, he goes after you, he says things to you. One guy said, you know, my girlfriend was walking into the mall and she was like 10 steps ahead of me, and this guy went right up to her, and I said, I saw him. And I ran up to her to catch up to her, and I held her arm, and he saw me, and I looked at him, and he went away. He said, that's got to be the same guy, right? And the women in the group said, yeah, that's pretty much him. That's what he sounds like. So this guy has been going after these women on and on and on and on. And they're not happy about it. They don't like it. What are you going to do? And so one woman finally said, hey, I finally got a picture of the guy. And they said, you know, put this online. You can't see his face, but put this online so everyone can, you know, at least get an idea of what he looks like. And this is what he looks like. And I guess he sort of dresses in this same sort of outfit every day. Blue, they call that a blue jacket. It looks like a blue hoodie. And that's right outside the main entrance of our local mall, the Newport Mall. And there's this bag, allegedly, that has candy in it, right? And I guess that's a woman. The person who took the photograph said that's the woman who sort of brushed him off and is kind of making her way into the mall as soon as possible. And this woman behind her said, oh my gosh, that's the guy. I got to get a photograph of him. and share it in the group so people can at least know where he stands and where he hangs out and what he's doing to people. So this is the photograph. And again, they said, you report him to the mall police, you report him to the Port Authority police, you report him to Jersey City Police Department. If they're in the area, they might show up. They'll tell him to move along. They'll watch him leave. And then in 10 minutes, he comes right back. Because this is how he gets his money. He yells and threatens women until they give him $1 or $5. And then, a couple of days ago, the story turned a little bit more unfortunate. Where another woman said, oh my gosh, I think that guy, the Newport Strangler, who stands outside the Newport Mall in Jersey City, he was at the PATH station the other day. Now, that's where that other woman I told you, the big, fat, ugly white guy who was, blocked her in, and I went in and said, are you ready to go? Same place, right? It's the terminal station for the Journal Square train. So there's a lot of action there. And when the train comes in, it sits there for 5-10 minutes and people get on and off. It's the end of the line. And we live very close to it. And so she said, this guy that I think I've seen in this photograph that we're looking at right now, that guy has been following me the last couple of days at PATH. I don't know how he finds me, but last night he was following me and yelling at me and demanding money. And I told him, leave me alone, go away. And he kept following me. She said, I had to go to the bank. I needed to get money. So she was able to kind of, fake him out going one way and then the other. And then she got into the bank so she could get her money at the ATM. And then, somebody else let him in. And she was in the ATM room, isolated, alone with him. And she didn't know what to do. She froze a little bit. She was very concerned, didn't know where to go, how to get out. And someone else, another customer, came into the bank. And this guy, looked at the person coming in, and the woman said, okay, to herself, that's my opportunity. I got to get out of here. And she got out and ran. And went down to the Port Authority Police Department, because it's right at the PATH station, and reported him. And what's interesting about the PATH station Police Department is they have a beautiful facility. It's brand new. And, you can go in there, report things, and get, and, theoretically ask for help. But what's so interesting is the police department makes it look as if it's always closed. Because every light in the police station at the PATH Plaza, every light is turned off. So you can't see anybody. There's nobody there. They don't want to talk to you. They're just there to work and to go out and deal with people. But they don't want you coming in there and complaining about stuff. That's the vibe you get. So the woman went and complained, and the police said, okay, noted it. And then, she said she went home as fast as she could, looking behind her, see as the guy's following her. And I guess nothing happened because, again, the next day, people were reporting he's outside Newport Mall. Be careful, be on the lookout. Bolo, he's there, pretending to sell candy and trying to take your money. And then, yesterday, a woman reported that this guy had assaulted her right across the street at the PATH station, the Newport PATH station. And the mall is very popular. I mean, malls are dying all across America. Not in Jersey City and not at Newport Mall. That's an active, very strong, beautiful, interesting mall. And she said this guy was hanging out outside the PATH station at Newport Mall. And he came up to me and made a motion like he was going to choke me out, which is where I get the Newport Strangler nickname. And she said I sort of dodged him because I didn't know who he was, but I kind of had a feeling I knew who he was because he was carrying a brown bag. And he looked exactly like he does in this picture. And then she said he grabbed her breasts and squeezed very hard and hurt her. And she was very scared, and she was able to break away from him and somehow on her phone call the police. And others in the group were saying, I'm so sorry that this happened to you, and it's too bad that it took him groping someone for the police to take action. And this is one of the photographs that were taken. This is right outside the PATH train in Jersey City, Newport stop. The train is this away. The mall where he hangs out is over here, across the street. And there he is. Same outfit, day to day. People don't think he's homeless because he comes and goes. And they say that he, wears the same clothes every day, but that he usually looks well dressed. Let's see if I can get a closer picture. Oh, this might be too close. And people were saying, why don't they do something about this guy when he's, harassing people to get money? And he's not harassing anybody. He's harassing attractive young females who are by themselves. So this is the Port Authority Police Department. These are the people who have the darkened room, station house, headquarters at PATH Plaza. So obviously when she called the police went to PAPD, Port Authority Police Department, and said, look, we know who he is, you know who he is, go get him because he just sexually assaulted this poor woman. And here's another picture she took. Same guy, right? Same exact outfit. The blue hoodie, the jeans. I think the police took his bag. And this is the PATH station, the Newport PATH station. So this is where people go in and out of the train. So he's in handcuffs, in custody. How long will he be in custody? I don't know. Will he stay in custody or will he be let go? I don't know. And it's interesting in all these photographs that people are just too scared to face him, because I guess if you face him and he sees that you're trying to take his picture, he gets very, very violent, threatens violence. But as long as you're behind him and he doesn't know you're taking his picture, people will take his picture. So I guess, the woman felt triumphant that they finally got him. She felt triumphant that she was finally able to get his photograph out there into the group. And she said, look, we need to get the word out about this guy. If the police aren't going to do anything, we need to do something. And then there are people in the group who say, oh, if I meet him, he's going to be in big trouble. Oh, he's one person away from, being a dead man. And you're thinking, come on now. A guy like this, he knows what he's doing. You think you're going to catch this guy? If you're a regular citizen, you're going to go teach him a lesson? I don't think so. So we're doing our civic duty by trying to get the word out about this guy who pretended to strangle a woman with his bare hands before he grabbed her breasts and twisted them. Ugh. Not a great day. Not a great day for the Newport Mall Strangler. Now we're going to have some fun talking about some AI stuff. AI? Oh, AI. Why, oh, why, Ohio. Beautiful song. Comden Green. Why, oh, why, Ohio. Why, oh, why, AI? Well, I'm going to tell you. We're going to have a little bit of fun with it today. And I'll tell you a quick little story about my favorite AI. I love Midjourney for creating images. And you can follow me on Mastodon if you're interested in seeing some images. But the real super genius so far of AI is ChatGPT, especially version 4. Now, the difference between version 4 and version 3.5 is massive. You wouldn't think it's massive, but it's massive. For instance, I asked ChatGPT 3.5, give me a 30-day vegan meal plan. And don't repeat any meals and tell me how much protein and how many calories. And I want you to give me at least 60 grams of protein in each day and 1,500 calories. And ChatGPT 3.5 did a fine job, okay job, passing grade, B+, of eat this meal, calories, protein, eat this meal, end of day. And then I decided I'll copy and paste and use exactly the same prompt, but in version 4. And version 4 gave me a very, very detailed meal plan that not only mentioned what to eat, but how to make it, and how many calories and grams of protein are in each meal and not just calculated by the end of the day. Now, you wouldn't think that's much. But that's very big and very strange. And over the weekend, working on some interesting things, we wondered about ASL, American Sign Language, as a major. How would you write a proposal to a university to have them create an ASL major from an ASL minor? And so I just decided, well, let me ask ChatGPT. And I just realized I should show you what ChatGPT did. It's the most amazing thing. It's hardcoreasl.com/ASL-major major.pdf. And in 3 minutes, ChatGPT created this amazing, freaking document. It's like 15 pages of a proposal. How do I make this bigger? Of a proposal to create an ASL program at specifically NYU, just for fun. There's no such thing yet. Maybe, not right now. So you can go look at this yourself. I'll put this link in our Discord chat and our live links so you can go take a look if you're interested. But talk about amazing. I mean, Jan and I were talking about it. I said, look, for us to do something like this would take, what, a week, 2 weeks, a month to be this specific? And it's very well written. It's very well thought out. It's absolutely and completely delightful. And then I asked it, after Jana's prompting, hey, if you're going to have an ASL major, what classes do you suggest over a 4-year period? And it gives me all the classes to use. How many classes, how many credits they should be worth. That would have taken us another extra week to figure out. It's shocking. So that is the greatness of AI. And here, so you know that. So we did ASL, major, NYU. NYU as a minor in ASL, not a major. Why not a major if you have a minor? That's the question we're asking. So let's find out by asking ChatGPT. Identify all the ASL major in United States universities. All the current. And this is the power of AI, where you have a question, and then you ask and try to get an answer. Oops. I also have to do this. In this view, identify all the current ASL. As an ASL language model, I can't provide real-time information or the most current. It always tries to get away with that stuff. Oh, I can't make health recommendations. I'm only a GPT chat bot. By the way, with all the right answers. And I tell it, please don't say in conclusion, don't say in summary, don't say, oh, as an AI model, I don't know anything. Don't just tell me. And the bot in the past has said, okay, I won't do any of that then, Dave. But it does it anyway. So what do we have for ASL major programs in these United States? As an AI language model, I can't provide real-time information for the most current list of American Sign Language major programs in the United States. However, I can provide some prominent programs that were available up until my knowledge cutoff in September 2021. Keep in mind that this list may be outdated, and you should confirm the information with each university directly. Some universities with ASL-related programs include Gallaudet University in Washington, D.C., specifically designed for deaf and hard of hearing students and offers a BA in interpretation. University of Rochester. The University in Rochester offers a BA in ASL English interpretation. I'm not asking about interpretation. This is making me angry. California State University Northridge, very good school. This university offers a BA in Deaf Studies with various concentrations, including ASL English interpretation. I'm not asking about interpreter programs. Western Oregon University. This university offers a Bachelor of Arts and a Bachelor of Arts. Okay, I don't want interpreting. I don't want ASL interpreting programs. I want ASL as a major program of study results. Enter, and now it's going to apologize. Say, oh, I'm so sorry, I misunderstood the question. Watch, it's coming up. I apologize for the confusion. I apologize for the confusion. It's important to note that ASL-specific majors are less common than interpreting programs. But there are universities that offer majors or concentrations related to ASL or deaf studies. Here are some examples of programs that focus on ASL or deaf studies as a major concentration as of my knowledge cutoff date of September 20 and 21. So we get Gallaudet, again, University of New Hampshire. That's interesting. Offers a BA in Languages, Literatures, and Cultures with a concentration in ASL and Deaf Studies. Cal State Northridge, of course, beautiful. Offers a BA in Deaf Studies, Deaf Culture, ASL Linguistics, ASL Literature. The University of South Florida in Tampa offers a Bachelor of Arts in Communication Sciences and Disorders, meow, with a concentration in language, speech, and hearing scenes, which also includes ASL. What about the University of Iowa? I heard the University of Iowa has an ASL program. Does the University of Iowa have an ASL major? Question mark. Enter. Enter doesn't work in this scene. I have to do this. Here we go. As of my knowledge cutoff date of September 2021, the University of Iowa does not offer an American Sign Language major. However, they do offer ASL courses and a minor in American Sign Language. The ASL minor at the University of Iowa is housed with the Department of Communication Sciences and Disorders. If you're deaf or if you have a hearing loss, you have a disorder. Keep in mind that this information might be outdated, and you should check the University of Iowa's website. Why can't you do it? Or contact their Department of Communication for more update information on ASL-related programs. Okay, all of that's fine. Now, what about diagnosis? Let's see what it says. Let's give it some testing, if you will. and identifying causes and concerns. Now, I want to start a new chat, but I don't know if it'll let me. It did let me start a new chat. And see, the default is 3.5. They wanted to use the slow, crummy one. We don't want that. We want GPT-4. Okay, so let's see if we can do a medical diagnosis. I have pain in my left eye. My groin is sore. I have headaches every day that last for 15 minutes. My lymph nodes are swollen. I have a high fever of 102. What is your non-medical diagnosis of my medical condition? Now, I said non-medical because the first thing it's going to say is, I'm not a doctor. So I'm trying to prompt it to just give me the answer and not do all the excuses. But in my experience, it's going to say, I'm not a doctor. I am an AI language model and not a medical professional. So I cannot provide a diagnosis or medical advice. Oh, this is different. It's important to consult with a healthcare professional about your symptoms for an accurate diagnosis and appropriate treatment. Now, that has changed. You used to be able to put in, this, and this, and it would say, oh, it sounds like, you have this disease, or you have that disease. I'm going to try something else. I have a pain in my leg and back when I walk. Could this be sciatica? If yes, why? If not, why not? And now we'll see what it says. It might probably say the same thing. I am not a medical professional. I'm not a doctor, but I can try to help you understand some possible causes of your symptoms. So if you give it symptoms, it'll say, okay, try this. But if you say, I have this and this and this, what do I have? It won't answer that. It's very interesting. It's called having it both ways. And when you're AI, nobody cares. So it says, however, it's essential to consult with a healthcare professional for an accurate diagnosis and appropriate treatment. That being said, ChatGPT-4 says, some possible non-medical explanations for your symptoms could be stress or anxiety. Stress can manifest in various physical symptoms, including headaches, muscle tension, and fever. It is essential to manage stress through relaxation techniques, exercise, and a healthy diet. 2, viral or bacterial infection. Swollen lymph nodes, fever, and general discomfort can be signs of an infection. Now, see, it's going back to our previous conversation that it didn't want to answer. Now it's talking about swollen lymph nodes. I didn't say anything about that. I said I had a sore back. So it remembers conversations you've had previously, so keep that in mind. It's crucial to see a doctor for a proper diagnosis and treatment in this case. 3, overexertion or muscle strain. If you've been engaging in strenuous physical activities or exercise, it's possible you may have strained or pulled a muscle, causing soreness in your groin and other areas. I didn't ask about my groin. That's the other conversation. Oh, see, it thought I regenerated that. I didn't want to regenerate. That's why it says 2 of 2. It's making it. I'm making it answer the same question again. For some reason, this, where I said my pain in back is sciatica, it didn't go. So let's try that again. Okay, here we go. I have pain in my leg when I walk. Could this be sciatica? If yes, why? If not, why not? Okay, now we're getting an answer. I am not a doctor, but I can provide you with some information about sciatica and potential causes of leg and back pain. Hey, remember, it's essential to consult with a healthcare professional for an accurate diagnosis and appropriate treatment. Sciatica refers to pain that radiates along the path of the sciatic nerve, which branches from your lower back through your hips and buttocks and down each leg. It usually only affects one side of your body, which is very interesting. Shingles is the same way. If you have these marks on both sides of your body, it's not shingles. Shingles is limited to one side. It's not bilateral. It can irritate. So the description of common symptoms of sciatica include pain, numbness, tingling, weakness in the lower back, buttocks, and leg. Your description of leg and back pain when walking could potentially be due to sciatica. Some common causes of sciatica include a lumbar herniated disc. When the soft inner material of a spinal disc bulges or ruptures, it can irritate the nearby sciatic nerve, causing you pain. 2. Spinal stenosis. The narrowing of the spinal canal can compress the nerves, including the sciatic nerve, leading to pain and discomfort. Piriformis syndrome. The piriformis muscle on the buttocks can become tight or spasm, compressing the sciatic nerve and causing you pain. Spondylolisthesis. Spondylolisthesis. A condition in which a vertebrae slips forward over the one below it, potentially compressing the sciatic nerve. However, ChatGPT says there are other possible causes for leg and back pain that are not related to sciatica. Some of these include muscle strains, ligament sprains, or other non-neurological issues. Meow. So that's fun, right? So you can really play with ChatGPT, and some people get very upset. Oh, it gives me the wrong answer to a math problem and didn't code my website right. So what? It's not perfect. People are not perfect. If people were perfect, you wouldn't have to have Google to go double check to see if what they're saying is right. And if you only had Google, you wouldn't have to go other places to see if Google had it right, because Google often gets it wrong too. But nobody complains about that. Oh, ChatGPT gave me the wrong answer. It must be terrible. Well, the answer is it's not terrible. Now, finally, we're going to talk about a really fun thing that is on my Apple Watch. It used to be called, I think, ChatGPT for Apple Watch. And then Apple got all fussy because they don't want anything, I guess, in their app store named ChatGPT. Now, there are a lot of programs in the Apple Store that are operated and run on the ChatGPT engine, the OpenAI engine, but for some reason, Apple doesn't want OpenAI or ChatGPT listed in the description of your app. Okay, whatever. So there's this Apple Watch. It's only on your Apple Watch. I think they renamed it PT, that uses the Siri integration, I guess, to somehow call responses from ChatGPT and bring the answers to your Apple Watch in either text or spoken voice. So I am going to do this. I don't know. This is my watch. It's that blue thing in the middle, right here. That's PT. So I click on it, and it comes up. And it says, ask me anything. And then I click on that button, yeah. And now you can either type in your question. You can either type in your question, or there's the microphone. And people who have this app say, why would you ever want to type in a long question on your Apple Watch? It's ridiculous. You always want to use your phone, your microphone on the Apple Watch. And that should be the default. And I agree. So I will use this, and then I will speak into this, and it's going to give me a response, and I'm hoping you'll be able to hear the response. Explain to me the power of Aristotle's poetics in modern drama. Then I have to click done. Thinking.
Aristotle's poetics has had a significant influence on modern drama, In terms of its emphasis on plot, character, and spectacle, many of the principles outlined in the Poetics, such as the three-act structure and the notion of catharsis, continue to inform the way that playwrights approach the creation of their works. Additionally, the ideas of unity of time, place, and action are still debated and applied in contemporary theatrical performances. Overall, Aristotle's Poetics has provided a framework for analyzing and understanding the dramatic form, which has made it a valuable source for both playwrights and audiences alike.
Now that's a wow, right? And it's all here, and my Apple Watch just reads me the response. So now I say done, right? Ask me anything again, so we'll ask another question. I have sciatica. What is the best way for me to get rid of my pain? Thinking?
As an AI language model, I cannot provide medical advice. It's important to consult with a qualified healthcare professional who can evaluate your specific condition and provide appropriate treatment options. They may suggest options such as pain management techniques, physical therapy, or other treatments to alleviate your sciatic pain.
Well, now you know it's ChatGPT and I'm not messing with you. It won't give me a response. Okay, so let's ask it one more question just for fun. Ask me anything. What is the best way to live stream a show? Thinking?
There are several ways to live stream a show, but some of the most popular platforms for live streaming are Twitch, YouTube Live, and Facebook Live. To choose the best option for your specific needs, you should consider factors such as audience size, budget, and technical requirements. Additionally, it's important to make sure you have a reliable internet connection and high-quality equipment to ensure a smooth streaming experience.
Well, that was terrific. And it's all true, right? And wants me to reply. I mean, to be able to, at your whim, ask yourself a question that you don't know the answer to. You go to your watch, you click a button, you speak in your question, and you get back a beautiful response that is actually accurate and correct. And it's just amazing. And that's our show. We talked about the Newport Strangler. We talked about AI. We talked about fun. And we're going to do it all again right here with you next time on Boles TV. That's BOLES.television, coming to you live, as we do, from the East Coast of these United States. I'll see you next time. Take care and be well. Bye.